Pain is something every human being experiences. No one escapes it. It does not matter where you come from, how much money you have, or what dreams you are chasing. At some point in your life, you will face disappointment, heartbreak, failure, loss, rejection, or struggle. Pain is part of being alive. The real question is not whether you will experience pain. The real question is what you will do with it. Many people spend their lives trying to avoid pain. They avoid difficult conversations. They avoid taking risks. They avoid failure. They avoid responsibility. They stay inside their comfort zone because they believe it will protect them. But avoiding pain does not create peace. It creates regret. There are two kinds of pain in life. The first is the pain of staying the same. The second is the pain of growing. The pain of staying the same feels comfortable at first, but over time it steals your confidence, your dreams, and your future. The pain of growth is uncomfortable today, but it makes you stronger tomorrow. Every challenge you face has something to teach you. Every failure carries a lesson. Every setback gives you an opportunity to become wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Pain is not your enemy. Sometimes it is your greatest teacher. Think about every difficult season you have already survived. At the time, it may have felt impossible. You wondered if life would ever become better. But you kept moving forward. You learned. You adapted. You became stronger than you were before. That is what pain does when you refuse to surrender to it. It builds character. It builds patience. It builds courage. It builds strength that comfort could never create. Do not waste your pain by complaining about it. Use it. Let it remind you why you started. Let it push you to work harder. Let it teach you lessons that success never could. The strongest people are not those who have never suffered. They are the people who refuse to let suffering define them. Stop asking, why is this happening to me? Start asking, what is this experience preparing me for? That single question changes everything. Pain can either make you bitter or make you better. The choice belongs to you. There will be moments when you feel like quitting. Moments when nobody understands your struggle. Moments when your progress feels invisible. Those are the moments that define your future. Because anyone can continue when life is easy. Champions continue when life is hard. Remember this, your current struggle is temporary. Your current challenge is not your identity. Your current pain is not your future. Every storm eventually passes. Every difficult season eventually ends. But the strength you build during that season stays with you forever. Never believe that your pain has no purpose. Sometimes life breaks your old version so a stronger version of you can be built. Sometimes closed doors guide you toward better opportunities. Sometimes failure protects you from the wrong path. And sometimes the hardest seasons produce the greatest transformations. Do not run from pain. Grow through it. Face it with courage. Learn from it with humility. Use it with wisdom. One day, you will look back and realize that the pain you once wanted to escape became the reason you became stronger than you ever imagined. Your greatest breakthroughs are often hidden inside your greatest struggles. So keep moving, keep believing, keep growing. Because pain is temporary, growth is permanent. Every person dreams of living a happy, successful, and meaningful life. We all want to achieve our goals, build strong relationships, enjoy good health, and create a future we can be proud of. But many people also wish they could reach those dreams without facing any hardship. They hope success will come without failure, growth without struggle, and achievement without sacrifice. Unfortunately, life does not work that way. The truth is that pain is a part of every meaningful journey. If you want to become stronger, wiser, and more successful, you must first accept that challenges are not obstacles to your journey. They are part of it. Think about the greatest achievements in history. Every successful person has faced moments of disappointment, rejection, failure, and uncertainty. Every athlete has experienced exhausting training sessions. Every entrepreneur has faced setbacks and financial struggles. Every leader has dealt with criticism and difficult decisions. None of them reached success by avoiding pain. They reached it by learning how to move through pain without giving up. Many people believe that when life becomes difficult, it means they are on the wrong path. They think that if something is challenging, they should stop and try something easier. But difficulty is often a sign that you are growing. Just as your muscles become stronger after hard exercise, your character becomes stronger after facing life's challenges. Without resistance, there can be no growth. Without challenges, there can be no transformation. Imagine a seed planted deep in the ground. Before it can grow into a strong tree, it must push through darkness, soil, rain, and storms. If the seed could speak, it might believe that everything around it is working against it. But in reality, those difficult conditions are helping it grow. In the same way, the challenges you face today may be preparing you for a future that you cannot yet see. The struggles that seem painful now may become the reason you become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. One of the biggest mistakes people make is comparing their struggles to someone else's success. They see other people's achievements, but rarely see the years of sacrifice behind them. Every successful person has faced moments when they wanted to quit. They experienced fear, self-doubt, and disappointment just like everyone else. The difference is that they accepted pain as part of the process instead of seeing it as a reason to stop. Pain also teaches lessons that comfort never can. Comfortable seasons are enjoyable, but difficult seasons reveal your true character. They teach patience when things do not happen quickly. They teach courage when fear tries to control you. They teach perseverance when giving up seems easier than continuing. They teach gratitude by helping you appreciate the blessings you once took for granted. Some of life's greatest lessons can only be learned through challenges. Accepting pain does not mean enjoying suffering or pretending that difficult situations do not hurt. It simply means understanding that hardship has a purpose. You stop asking, "Why is this happening to me?" and begin asking, "What can I learn from this experience?" This simple shift in perspective changes everything. Instead of becoming a victim of your circumstances, you become a student of life. Every challenge becomes an opportunity to grow instead of an excuse to quit. Another important truth is that pain is temporary, but the strength you gain from overcoming it can last forever. Think about a challenge you faced years ago. At the time, it probably felt overwhelming. Today, you may realize that it helped shape the person you are. The difficult season eventually passed, but the confidence, wisdom, and resilience you gained remained. The same will happen with the struggles you are facing now. They will not last forever, but the person you become because of them will stay with you. During painful seasons, it is important to keep moving forward. Even if your progress feels slow, you do not need to solve every problem in one day. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is take one more step, one more conversation, one more attempt, one more day of believing in yourself. Small steps taken consistently will eventually carry you through the hardest seasons of life. Surround yourself with people who encourage you when life becomes difficult. Positive relationships provide strength during challenging times. Listen to voices that remind you of your potential instead of those that feed your fears. Read inspiring books, learn from people who have overcome obstacles, and remember that you are never alone in your struggles. In the end, every meaningful journey includes moments of pain. The road to success is not smooth, and the path to growth is rarely easy. But every challenge you overcome builds a stronger version of yourself. Every setback teaches a lesson. Every obstacle prepares you for something greater. So do not fear pain. Accept it, learn from it, grow through it, Because the greatest version of yourself is not created during life's easiest moments. It is created during the moments when you choose to keep going, even when the journey is difficult. One day you will look back and realize that the pain you once wanted to avoid became the very thing that helped you become the person you were always meant to be. Every person will experience pain at some point in life. The question is not whether you will face pain, but which kind of pain you will choose. There is the pain of growth, and there is the pain of regret. The pain of growth comes from stepping outside your comfort zone, working hard, facing your fears, and making sacrifices for a better future. The pain of regret comes from knowing you could have done more but chose not to. It comes from missed opportunities, broken dreams, and the constant thought of, what if? While both kinds of pain are real, only one of them leads to a better life. The pain of growth is temporary. It may feel uncomfortable to wake up early, exercise when you are tired, study when others are relaxing, or keep working after experiencing failure. These moments require discipline and determination. At times, you may wonder if all the effort is worth it. But every challenge you overcome makes you stronger, wiser, and more confident. The discomfort you experience today becomes the strength you rely on tomorrow. The pain of regret is very different. It often arrives quietly. At first, it seems easier to avoid difficult tasks or postpone important decisions. You tell yourself you will start tomorrow, next week, or next year. But time continues moving forward. Days become months, and months become years. One day you look back and realize that you allowed fear, excuses, or comfort to steal opportunities that may never return. Regret is painful because it reminds you of the life you could have lived if you had only been willing to take action. Many people remain trapped in their comfort zone because it feels safe. They avoid taking risks because they fear failure or criticism. They avoid learning new skills because they worry about making mistakes. They avoid chasing their dreams because they are afraid of rejection. But comfort has a hidden cost. While it protects you from temporary discomfort, it also prevents you from reaching your full potential. Growth always begins where comfort ends. Think about learning a new skill. At first, it feels difficult and frustrating. You make mistakes and wonder if you will ever improve. But if you continue practicing, what once seemed impossible gradually becomes easier. The same is true for every area of life. Whether you are improving your health, building a business, strengthening relationships, or developing confidence, growth requires patience and consistent effort. The temporary discomfort of learning eventually leads to lasting rewards. Every successful person has chosen the pain of growth. Athletes train when their bodies are tired. Entrepreneurs continue working after setbacks. Students study while others are enjoying free time. Leaders make difficult decisions even when they face criticism. They understand that short-term sacrifice creates long-term success. They know that the pain of discipline is far easier to live with than the pain of wondering what might have been. Choosing growth also means accepting that failure is part of the journey. Many people fear making mistakes because they believe failure means they are not good enough. In reality, failure is one of life's greatest teachers. Every mistake provides valuable lessons that help you improve. Every setback builds resilience. Every obstacle strengthens your determination. If you never fail, you are probably not challenging yourself enough. Growth requires courage, and courage often begins with taking the first step despite uncertainty. Another important lesson is that your future is shaped by your daily choices. Every small decision matters. Choosing to read instead of wasting time, exercising instead of making excuses, saving money instead of spending carelessly, or practicing a skill instead of giving up may not seem significant today. But these small actions build the life you will experience tomorrow. Success is not created by one big decision. It is created by hundreds of small choices made consistently over time. Do not compare your journey with someone else's. Everyone grows at a different pace. Focus on becoming a better version of yourself each day. Celebrate small improvements and trust that your consistent effort is leading you toward something greater. Growth may be slow, but every step forward is moving you away from regret and closer to the future you deserve. There will be moments when choosing growth feels difficult. You may feel tired, discouraged, or uncertain. During those times, remember why you started. Think about the life you want to build, the people you want to help, and the person you want to become. Let your purpose become stronger than your temporary discomfort. A clear purpose gives you the strength to continue when challenges appear. In the end, every person must make a choice. You can choose the temporary pain of growth, or you can choose the lasting pain of regret. One path requires effort, discipline, and courage, but it leads to confidence, wisdom, and success. The other path feels easier today, but often leads to disappointment and missed opportunities. Choose to grow. Choose to learn. Choose to take action. Choose to become stronger than your fears. Because the pain of growth will one day become the story of your success, while the pain of regret can stay with you for a lifetime. Make the choice today that your future self will thank you for, and never allow temporary comfort to steal the extraordinary life you were created to live. Life will test every person. No matter who you are or what dreams you have, you will face difficult moments. You will experience disappointment, failure, rejection, loss, and unexpected problems. These challenges are not meant to punish you. They are part of life's journey. The important question is not whether challenges will come, but how you will respond when they do. Every difficult situation gives you two choices. You can allow it to make you bitter, or you can allow it to make you stronger. The choice is always yours. Many people become bitter because they focus only on what they have lost. They spend years asking why bad things happen to them. They carry anger, resentment, and disappointment everywhere they go. Instead of moving forward, they remain trapped in the past. Bitterness slowly steals their happiness, their confidence, and their peace of mind. It keeps them from seeing new opportunities because they are constantly looking backward instead of forward. Strength, however, comes from a different way of thinking. Strong people do not pretend that pain does not exist. They feel the hurt, but they refuse to let it control the rest of their lives. They understand that every challenge has something valuable to teach them. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this experience?" That simple question changes everything. It transforms pain into wisdom and obstacles into opportunities for growth. Think about a piece of steel. Before it becomes strong enough to build bridges or skyscrapers, it must go through intense heat and pressure. Without that process, it would remain weak. Your character is developed in the same way. Difficult seasons shape your patience, your courage, your resilience, and your determination. The struggles you face today are preparing you for responsibilities you may carry tomorrow. Failure is one of life's greatest teachers. Many people see failure as proof that they are not good enough, but failure is actually proof that you had the courage to try. Every mistake teaches you something that success cannot. It shows you what needs to improve. It teaches humility, persistence, and problem solving. Every successful person has failed many times before achieving their goals. They became stronger because they learned from their failures instead of allowing them to define their future. Challenges also reveal your true character. Anyone can stay positive when everything is going well. Anyone can smile when life is easy. But real character is revealed during difficult moments. When life becomes hard, you discover how strong your values are, how deep your faith is, and how committed you are to your goals. Every challenge gives you an opportunity to become a better version of yourself. It is also important to forgive. Sometimes the greatest challenge is not the problem itself, but the pain caused by other people. Holding on to anger may feel justified, but it only hurts you. Forgiveness does not mean you approve of what happened. It means you choose to stop allowing the past to control your future. When you let go of bitterness, you create room for healing, peace, and personal growth. Do not compare your struggles to someone else's success. Every person has battles that other people cannot see. The strongest people often carry the deepest scars. What makes them different is that they refuse to let those scars become excuses. Instead, they turn them into reminders of how far they had come. Your challenges are not signs that you are weak. They are opportunities to discover strength you never knew you had. During difficult seasons, remember that pain is temporary. The challenge you are facing today will not last forever. Keep taking one step at a time. Even slow progress is still progress. Every day you choose hope over despair, courage over fear, and faith over doubt, you become mentally and emotionally stronger. Surround yourself with people who encourage you instead of those who constantly complain. Read books that inspire you. Learn from people who have overcome hardships. Fill your mind with thoughts that build hope instead of fear. The way you think during difficult times will determine how you come out of them. In the end, every challenge carries a choice. You can allow it to fill your heart with bitterness, or you can allow it to build your character. Choose growth over resentment. Choose wisdom over anger. Choose hope over despair. Every obstacle you overcome becomes another chapter in your story of strength. Remember, the strongest people are not those who never faced difficulties. They are the people who faced life's hardest moments and refused to let those moments destroy their dreams. Let every challenge shape you into someone wiser, stronger, kinder, and more determined. Do not let your struggles make you bitter. Let them make you better. Because every challenge you overcome today is preparing you for the incredible person you are becoming tomorrow. Life does not always go according to our plans. There will be days when everything seems to be going well, and there will also be days when unexpected problems appear. You may lose a job, face financial difficulties, experience failure, receive criticism, or go through heartbreak and disappointment. These moments are part of life, and no one is completely free from them. The difference between people who grow stronger and those who remain stuck is not the number of challenges they face. The difference is how they respond when life becomes difficult. Many people believe they have no control when problems appear. They allow fear, anger, frustration, or sadness to take over their thoughts and actions. They react immediately without thinking. They say things they later regret. They make decisions based on temporary emotions instead of long-term wisdom. Although these reactions may feel natural, they often make difficult situations even worse. While you cannot always control what happens to you, you can always choose how you respond. That choice is one of the greatest powers you possess. When life becomes difficult, the first thing you should do is pause instead of reacting. Give yourself a moment to breathe and think clearly. Strong emotions can cloud your judgment and lead to poor decisions. A calm mind is far more likely to find a solution than a mind filled with panic. Taking a deep breath does not remove the problem, but it gives you the space to respond wisely instead of emotionally. Another important lesson is to accept reality. Many people waste valuable energy wishing that difficult situations had never happened. They keep asking, "Why me?" or "Why did this happen?" While these questions are understandable, they rarely help you move forward. Acceptance does not mean you like what happened. It simply means you recognize the situation and choose to deal with it instead of fighting reality. Once you accept the situation, your energy can shift from complaining to finding solutions. Your attitude plays a powerful role during difficult times. Two people can face the same problem and respond in completely different ways. One person sees only obstacles and becomes discouraged. The other sees an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. The situation may be the same, but the mindset is different. A positive attitude does not mean pretending that life is easy. It means believing that no matter how difficult today may be, there is always a way forward. When challenges come, focus on what you can control instead of worrying about what you cannot. You may not control the economy, other people's opinions, or unexpected events, but you can control your effort, your attitude, your decisions, and your actions. Spending energy on things outside your control only creates frustration. Direct your attention toward the choices you can make today. Every positive action, no matter how small, moves you closer to a solution. Difficult times also reveal your character. It is easy to remain calm when everything is going well. True strength appears when life becomes uncertain. Challenges test your patience, your integrity, and your resilience. Every difficult season asks the same question. Will you let this situation defeat you, or will you rise above it? Your answer determines who you become. One of the best ways to control your response is by controlling your thoughts. Negative thoughts grow quickly if you allow them to. If you constantly tell yourself that everything is hopeless, your mind will begin looking for reasons to support that belief. Instead, replace negative thoughts with hopeful ones. Remind yourself that you have overcome difficulties before. Remember that every challenge is temporary and that every problem has a possible solution. Your thoughts shape your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. Surround yourself with positive influences during difficult seasons. Spend time with people who encourage you instead of those who constantly complain. Read books that inspire you. Listen to uplifting messages that remind you of your strength. The voices you listen to each day will influence how you think and respond when life becomes challenging. It is also important to remember that setbacks do not define your future. A difficult chapter is not the end of your story. Every successful person has experienced moments when life seemed unfair. What made them different was their refusal to quit. They continued moving forward one step at a time, even when progress was slow. They understood that difficult moments are temporary, but the lessons learned during those moments can last a lifetime. Never allow temporary emotions to make permanent decisions. When you are angry, avoid saying words you cannot take back. When you are discouraged, avoid giving up on your dreams. When you are afraid, do not stop moving forward. Emotions change, but wise decisions create lasting results. In the end, life will always present challenges, but your response is what shapes your future. Every obstacle is an opportunity to practice patience. Every disappointment is a chance to build resilience. Every setback is an invitation to become stronger than you were before. Choose calm instead of panic. Choose wisdom instead of anger. Choose hope instead of fear. Choose action instead of excuses. Because you may not have control over every situation, but you always have control over the person you choose to become in the middle of it. And when you learn to control your response, you discover a strength that no challenge can ever take away. Every person carries some kind of pain. It may come from failure, rejection, loss, disappointment, betrayal, financial struggles, or dreams that did not work out the way you hoped. Pain is a part of life that no one can completely avoid. The question is not whether you will experience pain. The question is what you will do with it. You can allow your pain to hold you back, or you can use it to build a life filled with purpose. The people who inspire the world are often not those who had the easiest lives, but those who chose to turn their deepest pain into their greatest source of strength. When painful experiences happen, it is natural to feel hurt. You may feel confused, discouraged, or even angry. Those emotions are normal. You do not have to pretend that everything is fine when it is not. Real strength is not about hiding your pain. It is about facing it honestly and refusing to let it define your future. Healing begins when you accept what has happened and decide that your story is not over. Many people become trapped because they spend years asking, "Why did this happen to me?" While this question is understandable, it often keeps you focused on the past instead of the future. A more powerful question is, how can I grow because of this? That simple change in thinking opens the door to transformation. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of your circumstances, you begin to see yourself as someone who can learn, grow, and create something meaningful from difficult experiences. Every painful season teaches valuable lessons. Failure teaches humility and persistence. Rejection teaches resilience and self-belief. Loss teaches gratitude for what truly matters. Financial struggles teach discipline and wisdom. Difficult relationships teach patience, forgiveness, and stronger boundaries. If you are willing to learn, every challenge leaves you with something valuable that no classroom can teach. Pain often becomes one of life's greatest teachers. Think about a broken bone. After it heals properly, it often becomes stronger at the place where it was once broken. Human character can grow in a similar way. The places where you have struggled the most can become the places where you develop the greatest strength. The pain you once thought would destroy you can become the very reason you become wiser, kinder, and more determined. Your painful experiences also give you the ability to understand and help other people. Someone who has overcome fear can encourage those who are afraid. Someone who has survived failure can inspire others not to give up. Someone who has experienced loss can offer comfort to those who are hurting. Your greatest message may come from the greatest challenge you have ever faced. Sometimes your purpose is discovered through the very struggles you wished you had never experienced. Turning pain into purpose also requires forgiveness. Holding on to anger and resentment only keeps old wounds alive. Forgiveness does not mean pretending that what happened was acceptable. It means choosing not to let the past control your future. When you forgive, you free yourself from the heavy burden of bitterness. You create space for healing, peace, and new opportunities. Forgiveness is not a gift you give only to others. It is a gift you give to yourself. Another important step is taking action. Pain alone does not create growth. Growth happens when you choose to respond in a positive way. Use your experiences as motivation to improve your life. Study harder, work harder, build healthier habits, strengthen your faith, develop new skills, or encourage someone else who is struggling. Every positive action transforms pain into something meaningful. Instead of allowing your past to weaken you, let it become the fuel that pushes you toward a better future. There will be days when the memories still hurt. Healing is not always quick, and growth is not always easy. Be patient with yourself. Do not expect overnight transformation. Every small step forward matters. Every time you choose hope instead of despair, courage instead of fear, and faith instead of giving up, you are turning your pain into purpose. Little by little, the wounds begin to heal and your strength begins to grow. Remember that your painful experiences do not define your identity. They are chapters in your story, but they are not the entire story. You are more than your mistakes, your failures, your disappointments, or your losses. You have the power to write the next chapter with courage, determination, and hope. Your future is still full of possibilities if you are willing to keep moving forward. In the end, pain can either become a prison or a platform. It can keep you stuck in the past, or it can become the foundation of a brighter future. The choice is yours. Choose to grow instead of giving up. Choose to learn instead of becoming bitter. Choose to use your experiences to help yourself and others. Never believe that your pain was meaningless. Every struggle has the power to shape you. Every challenge has the power to strengthen you. Every setback has the power to prepare you. Turn your pain into purpose, and one day you will discover that the very thing you thought would break you became the reason you grew stronger, inspired others, and created a life filled with meaning, hope, and lasting impact. There will be seasons in life when the pain feels heavier than your hope. You may experience failure after giving your best effort, lose someone you love, face rejection, struggle financially, or go through challenges that seem impossible to overcome. During those moments, it is easy to believe that life will never get better. It is easy to lose confidence and wonder if you should give up. But the most important decision you can make during difficult times is to keep moving forward. Your pain does not have to become the end of your story. If you refuse to quit, it can become the very source of your greatest strength. Many people stop too soon. They face one setback and decide that success is not meant for them. They experience disappointment and allow it to destroy their confidence. They forget that every successful person has walked through painful seasons before reaching their goals. No one builds a meaningful life without facing challenges. The difference is that successful people continue moving forward even when progress is slow. They understand that pain is temporary, but the strength developed through perseverance can last a lifetime. Think about learning to ride a bicycle. Almost everyone falls at the beginning. The first few attempts are uncomfortable and sometimes painful. If you stopped after the first fall, you would never learn how to ride. The only reason you eventually succeed is because you get back up and try again. Life works the same way. Every setback is another opportunity to learn, improve, and become stronger. Falling is not failure. Refusing to get back up is. Pain has a unique way of revealing strengths you never knew you possessed. During easy times, you may never discover how patient, courageous, or determined you truly are. Difficult moments force you to grow in ways that comfort never could. They teach you resilience, discipline, humility, and gratitude. Every challenge you overcome adds another layer of strength to your character. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing that healing and growth happen overnight. Real transformation takes time. Just as a wound needs time to heal, your heart and mind also need patience. Some days you will feel strong, while other days may feel overwhelming. That is completely normal. Do not judge your progress by one difficult day. Continue taking one step forward, even if it is a small step. Small progress made consistently will always lead you farther than standing still. It is also important to remember that your pain is not your identity. You are not defined by your failures, your losses, or your struggles. Those experiences are chapters in your story, but they are not the entire book. You still have the power to write new chapters filled with hope, courage, and success. Do not allow one painful season to convince you that your future has already been decided. Keep your focus on what lies ahead instead of what is behind you. The past may contain lessons, but it should not become your permanent home. Learn from your mistakes, forgive yourself, and continue building the future you want. Every new day gives you another opportunity to grow stronger than yesterday. Surround yourself with people who encourage you during difficult seasons. Positive friends, supportive family members, mentors, and inspiring books can remind you of your strength when you begin to doubt yourself. You do not have to face every challenge alone. Sometimes the encouragement of others gives you the courage to keep moving when you feel like stopping. Most importantly, never lose hope. Hope is what keeps you moving when the road is difficult. It reminds you that your current situation is temporary and that better days are still ahead. Even when you cannot see immediate results, trust that every step forward is preparing you for something greater. Growth often happens quietly before it becomes visible. One day you will look back at this difficult season and realize how much it changed you. The pain that once made you cry will become the reason you appreciate your strength. The failures that once discouraged you will become lessons that guide your future. The obstacles that once seemed impossible will become proof that you are capable of overcoming far more than you ever imagined. So keep moving, keep believing, keep learning, keep growing. Do not stop because the journey is difficult. Do not quit because progress feels slow. Continue taking one step at a time, one day at a time, and one challenge at a time. Because if you refuse to give up, your pain will not remain pain forever. It will become your wisdom, your confidence, your resilience, and your greatest source of strength. And one day, the struggle that almost broke you will become the story that proves just how powerful you truly are. Pain is not the end of your story. It is often the beginning of your transformation. Do not fear the difficult seasons. They are shaping the person you are becoming. Stand back up after every fall. Learn after every mistake. Grow after every challenge. One day, the pain that almost made you quit will become the reason you inspire others to keep going. Your struggle does not define you. Your response does. So choose courage over fear. Choose growth over comfort. Choose hope over despair. And remember this truth. The strongest people are not those who never experience pain. They are the ones who refused to let pain have the final word